Factors that would guide extradition from Finland. My dear listeners, here is another interesting news. I'm talking about the guidelines, the factors that would guide extradition from Finland. You know what that means? The factors that would guide the extradition of Simon Ekpa from Finland. My dear listeners, let's check out the full details. Kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Following the latest order of a Finnish court approving the extradition of separatist leader Simon Ekpa to face terrorism-related charges, analysts have outlined the procedure to facilitate the process. According to analysts, factors such as an extradition treaty, international human rights law, and clearance from political persecution risk could influence Ekpa's eventual extradition to Nigeria. The Pejat M District Court in Lahti, Finland, on April 18, approved Ekpa's extradition effective on July 15 to answer to Nigerian government charges of offenses bordering on terrorism, conspiracy and incitement. Ekpa, who is a Finnish citizen and a politician of the Lahti municipality, had been linked to the violent enforcement of sit-at-home orders in the southeast by suspected members of the autopilot of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, which resulted in the death of hundreds of civilians and security personnel and destruction of economic activities worth billions of naira. Ekpa, who styles himself as the Prime Minister of the self-declared Biafra Republic government in exile, has been accused of masterminding the insecurity in the southeastern part of Nigeria from abroad. He was arrested in November 2024 after a month of surveillance by Finnish authorities. Although Ekpa had, through posted videos on social media, pointed to the continued detention of the leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, as the reason for his agitation, the main separatist body had in several statements denounced his membership. Following Ekpa's arrest by the Finnish Central Criminal Police, the defense headquarters on November 22, 2024 described the action as a key victory in the fight against terrorism. In separate statement, a former director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Bubala, and the director of Defense Information, Tukur Gusau, said the Chief of Defense Staff CDS Christopher Musa, a general, has expressed happiness over the arrest of the pro-Biafra agitator. On his part, Mr. Buba, a major general, said that Mr. Ekpa's arrest was an indication that the international community was in synergy with Nigeria in its efforts to fight terrorism. The CDS Musa has always called for the arrest of Simon Ekpa following his deep involvement in foiling terrorism in southeast Nigeria, Buba said. We are delighted about his arrest and glad that the international community is partnering with Nigeria in our fight against terrorism. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemisan, had in early March approved the freezing of bank accounts linked to terrorism, including that of Ekpa by the Nigerian Sanctions Committee, which also designated them on the Nigerian sanction list, citing backing of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The action was said to be in accordance with Section 54 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. However, Ekpa's counsel, Kali Gumeros, told the BBC that he has not received details of the extradition order. He confirmed the receipt of the pre-trial case in file in Finland and was waiting for the trial in May. Internationally, treaty right orders factors involved in Ekpa's extradition. Reacting to the court order, a security analyst and a managing director of Beacon Security and Intelligence Limited, Dr. Kabiru Adamu, said if the order is confirmed, Ekpa's extradition will be guided by any extradition treaty between Nigeria and Finland or the multilateral body, the European Union (EU). Supporting Dr. Adamu's submission, a former chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) Gaki branch, Obioma Ezenwobodo (ESQ) explained that the first procedure for extradition is that there must be a reciprocal bilateral or multilateral treaty or agreement with one or many other countries for a fugitive suspect to be extradited. He added, the offense being alleged against the fugitive must not be politically, religiously, racially, or ethnically related. The demanding or extraditing country must establish a prima facie case against the fugitive sought to be extradited before the request could be granted. Analysts also noted that Nigeria must provide evidence of a fair judicial system that could guarantee a fair trial and respect for the fundamental rights of suspects before it can effectively conclude the extradition procedure. Yes, my dear listeners, now we have come to the end of our today's news.